Hello, friends. It is Sunday. That means it's time for my mental health check vlog. This is week 13. You hear my embroidery machine running. That's because I'm way behind on orders and I have to catch up. So, how has my week gone? My week has gone really, really well. I spent a lot of time in Katy this week. On Monday, I went to Katy to uh, see my psychiatrist, who is happy with where I am on the medications. He's not going to adjust the medications. And I did go ahead and get a transfer from him so that when I do find a new psychiatrist, I can just have the paperwork signed. It's already signed. They can send it over, send my records over. So I'll be rid of him soon. All of the psychiatrists that I reached out to either are self-pay or don't take the type of insurance that I have, or their reviews on Yelp are like a lot of one-star reviews for the same issues. So still looking for a new psychiatrist that I'm comfortable with, and that's important. On Tuesday, I went back to Katy to pick up my embroidery machine that you hear running in the background, and to go see my son practice Taekwondo. And that's the first time I've been to his Taekwondo practice since all the shit went down. So life is starting to return to a little bit of normalcy with regards to my son being in my life. On Wednesday, back to Katy, which is about 23 miles away, to give you some context to where I live now versus where I used to live. Back to Katy on Wednesday to see my psychiatrist. No, my therapist. She and I had a really good talk about where I am, where I want to be, how I survived the holidays, and getting my self-care back on track. So I really like her, and she's really good at pulling out how I feel about things. We talked about me talking with my dad. We talked about, visiting family at home. We talked about everything that's been going on with my son, all the good positive stuff there. So she's really happy with where I am right now, as am I. So that was Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, 3 trips to Katy. Gas tank, empty. Thursday, I started chorus back, which I haven't been to chorus since, since I was in the hospital. I came out. After coming out of the hospital, I visited the chorus to tell them what was going on, why I was not going to be able to go with them to the district competition that was in San Antonio the weekend I got out, because I had too much going on that I needed to take care of. I did go back for the holidays for one or two practices, rehearsals, and I wasn't able to commit to the holiday show with everything I had going on in my life. And I did go back Thursday because the new season has started up again. And everything was going really, really well until towards the end of rehearsal, the director wanted us to go through our show pieces that we did in Salt Lake City. One of those pieces is a very emotional piece that I have not sung since before the suicide attempt. I used to sing that song to an older version of myself that dealt with suicidal feelings. So when I started, the first song was great, upbeat tune, great song. The second song, as soon as we started singing it, every single emotion I had came flooding back. Every emotion I've had over the past 2 months just came racing back, and I lost it. And I had to leave the area that we were rehearsing. I had to leave, and I bawled. And I haven't cried like that in a really long time. And I just kind of stayed out from the rehearsal room. And a really good friend of mine came out a few minutes later just to check on me, because he said he knew exactly what was going through my mind. He said he knew exactly what I was feeling. He wanted to give me a minute to process and to cry it out, but he came to check on me. But it was scary how quickly all these emotions that I've dealt with and all this pain that I had dealt with just came flooding back. And that happens. And you know what? It's okay when that happens. it I processed, I let it all out, and I just remembered how much, and my friend help remind me how much better I am now than I was several months ago. How much better things are with my son now. How much, how far I've come, and how much work I've done. And it was really helpful to have him there. And some people in the chorus just wanted to check on me and make sure I was okay. Not all of them know the story, and not all of them saw me leave, but it was very obvious with the big puffy face and the big red eyes that I had been crying. So the chorus is definitely a family, and I was very appreciative to have them there. And I'm okay. It was a meltdown, a breakdown, but I'm okay. And it's okay to have those. You are not always in control of what you feel when you feel it. And don't let anybody try and make you ashamed if you feel something or have feelings or emotions that just kind of well up out of nowhere. You handle it. You handle it the best you can. If that means you cry, you cry. If that means you leave a situation, you leave a situation. It is okay. You are okay. I am okay. But it wasn't pretty. But I made it through. On Friday, my ex and I had made plans to have my son spend the night with me, which I was super excited about. He was going to spend the night with me for the first time. And there were all these calls for these major severe thunderstorms, tornado warnings, high winds, and as much as it killed me to do so, my ex and I decided that if a major storm were to happen, my son would be safer. He would feel safer in his own bed in his house. So we postponed the sleepover for a couple of weeks. It will happen, which I'm excited about the fact that it's going to happen. It just didn't happen this week. And then the storm turned out to be nothing, which kind of pissed me off, but oh well, I would rather be safe than sorry. He slept through it. He was comfortable at home in his bed with his stuffed friends, so it was more important for him to feel safe. Parenting. Saturday, my boyfriend and I went over to two of my dear friends' house and for a game night, which turned mostly into cocktails and talking, and laughing. So much laughing. It was so much fun to just go to my friend's house and just have them get to know my boyfriend because they were meeting him for the first time, and just to have fun. No obligation, no pressure, no nothing, just fun. And it was something that we've been trying to schedule for a while, and we finally found a night that worked. So that was amazing. And then today, Sunday, I went back to Katy again to help the ex take some stuff to Goodwill because I have the bigger vehicle. And then I got to have lunch with my son. So we went to a place called Black Bear Diner in Katy, and we ordered some pasta, and he ate some, and we had some fun while we were waiting for our table. We played Pokemon Go on my phone. He took a picture of me with a giant Pokemon. He was having fun. That's all that mattered. Even though we waited 30 minutes for a table, it didn't matter. I was having fun with my son. And then afterwards, we went to Minchie's, which is a frozen yogurt place, and we got some froyo. He got a lot more froyo than he was supposed to get. I let him pump his own. And I'm like, okay, dude, that's enough. That's enough. That's enough. Dude, that's enough. So, I think my froyo was $3 and his was like $6. $3, $6. He's like, I want to put toppings on. So he got Reese's Pieces and M&Ms and big chocolate chips, and he loved it. He took most of it home. Don't worry. He took leftovers from lunch and leftovers from Minchie's home. Then I dropped him back off at the house. I talked with the ex for a little bit. He and I are in a good place right now, which it's good. He and I are in a good place. talking through some things, and again, no expectations of reconciliation or getting back together, but just we're in a good place. And one of the things I told him was, because we were talking about, in the unfortunate possible event something were to happen to him, I just wanted to make sure that plans were in place for our son. You know, where would he live? Who would he stay with? That kind of stuff. Just making sure all the bases are covered. And I said, not that I'd ever want anything bad to happen to you, because I still love you. And it's like, I firmly believe that once you love someone, a part of you always loves that person, and that I've always felt that way. There's only been one exception to that rule, and that's because that person screwed my family over, and I don't play that. And he was like, that's funny you say that, because I was wondering if you, looking at your history, if you ever really loved me. And I understood the question, but it hurt. And I had to tell him, I have an addiction. The actions that I did all through our marriage, which I take full accountability for, were quite often out of my control. But at no point did I ever stop loving him or was not in love with him. And I don't know if he believes me or not. Probably not. But it's true. At no point in our relationship was I ever not in love with him. I may not have liked him sometimes, but the love was always there. So it was good to just kind of talk a little bit more and talk that out. But it's important for him to understand that I've been acting out sexually since before he and I were together. And I really wasn't in control of it. And I know it's an easy cop-out for people to say, oh, I have an addiction, it's out of my control. But no, it's the more and more I read about sexual addiction and the more and more I learn about sex addiction, the more and more I realize I really wasn't in control. But right now I'm in control. And right now I'm doing really well. And right now I have kept y'all for 12 minutes. I'm so sorry. I try to keep it under 10. So recaps for the week. Really good week. Some really positive stuff happened. Some really good stuff came out of this week. And I hope that I have more weeks like this. Next week, my vlog will be coming from the very freaking snowy Seattle. I'm excited to go see my friend. I am not excited about the snow. Southern boy hates snow. But it's going to be there. Nothing I can do about it. Damn global warming and these severe storms. Anywho, that's it for me this week. Take care of each other. Take care of your friends. Take care of your loved ones. Take care of yourself. I love you guys, and I will talk with y'all next Sunday from Seattle. Oh, go Seahawks. They're playing this afternoon. Okay, that's it. Bye, guys.